Okay, so you know how everyone's talking about crypto regulations these days?
Yeah.
Well, today, we're going to like really, really dive deep into that.
Sounds good.
Like, think back to the beginning of crypto, right? It was like the Wild West out there. Total gold rush vibes. Bitcoin was king. Everyone was like, decentralization, freedom from the banks. It was
Woof.
exciting.
It really was, yeah.
But as crypto got bigger and more valuable, governments and all those regulators, they started paying attention. And that's what we're going to unpack today.
Yeah.
Why are these regulations popping up? And like, what do they actually mean for, you know, someone like you who's interested in this whole crypto thing?
Right.
We're going to be looking at some conversations about this. And trust me, this stuff gets super interesting.
It's really interesting because I think what we're seeing is like a total shift in how governments are approaching crypto. Remember how at first they were all hesitant, like, we'll just wait and see what happens.
Yeah.
But now they're getting a lot more proactive. They're really trying to figure out how to regulate this whole thing, this whole space that's changing so fast.
Yeah. And as more and more people are putting their money into crypto, I bet governments are feeling the pressure. Like, they got to make sure it's safe, right? Protect people,
Absolutely.
make it stable.
Yeah, for sure.
So, one of the biggest concerns is, obviously, is about protecting the people investing.
Mm.
Like, we've all heard those stories, right?
Yeah.
People losing all their savings to scams or hacks or just like these poorly designed crypto projects.
Yeah, like those rug pulls and stuff.
So how are regulators trying to, like, deal with that?
Well, there are a few different approaches. Some countries, they're thinking about like licensing crypto exchanges,
Okay.
kind of like how they regulate traditional financial institutions, banks and stuff.
Yeah.
And then others are like really focused on stable coins, right? They want to make sure that those stable coins are actually backed by something real, that they have reserves, and that they can hold that pegged value that they're supposed to have.
Right, right. That actually makes a lot of sense. But what about all this stuff about crypto being used for, illegal stuff? That's what you always hear about in the news, the anonymity, right, that crypto offers. That makes some people nervous. They think about money laundering and other crimes.
Mm.
So can regulations really, like, fix that without completely ruining the privacy that made so many people interested in crypto in the first place?
That's the real challenge, It's like this balancing act between security and privacy. It's tricky.
Yeah.
Some governments, what they're doing is they're like implementing stricter KYC and AML regulations.
KYC and AML.
Yeah. Know your customer and anti-money laundering.
Oh.
Yeah. And especially for the crypto exchanges. So this basically means that, you might have to give more personal information when you're buying or selling crypto.
Right.
But at the same time, all the privacy advocates, they're pushing back. They're saying, hey, wait a minute. These measures, they could totally undermine like the whole point of decentralization and anonymity, which, were those big ideas that made crypto so unique to begin with.
Yeah, it's that balance, right?
Yeah, exactly.
And then there's the whole thing about market stability.
Yeah.
We all know crypto can be volatile, right? Prices go up and down like crazy. So are regulators actually trying to, like, control the prices? Or is there more to this idea of market stability than we might think?
I don't think it's about like stopping prices from moving up and down completely, because some volatility, that's normal for any market, especially new one like crypto. It's more about making sure that those big, huge price swings don't cause like a major crash, or risk the whole financial system. So they're looking into things like circuit breakers. That's where they'd actually pause trading for a little bit if prices go way too crazy too fast.
No, I see.
And stress tests, see how well crypto platforms could handle those big market shocks. So it's kind of like trying to build in like shock absorbers for the whole system.
Shock absorbers. That's a
Wow.
good analogy.
Yeah.
Okay, so we've got the three big things, right? Consumer protection, preventing all the illegal activities,
Yeah.
and market stability. So regulators are basically trying to solve like this big, complicated puzzle.
Totally. And it's even more complicated because crypto is global. It doesn't care about borders, right?
Right.
So if you really want to regulate it effectively, you need countries to work together. You need international cooperation. And right now we're seeing different approaches pop up all over. Like the European Union, they're moving ahead with this thing called MiCA, the markets in crypto assets regulation. It's pretty ambitious. They're trying to create like this big overarching set of rules for crypto that'll work across the whole EU. But then you've got the US and they're doing their own thing. They have different agencies all coming up with their own rules. It's kind of a patchwork.
So wait, so how do you even start to make rules that are consistent for something that's like borderless? And how do you balance this need for regulation with, letting crypto keep innovating and changing? Like, how's all of this going to affect someone like you who's interested in using crypto, buying crypto, investing in crypto?
Those are the million-dollar questions, right? And honestly, there aren't any easy answers. I think the main thing is, as these regulations start to actually happen, you got to stay informed, pay
Really?
attention, get involved in the conversation, and really think about what all this could mean for you and for the future of crypto as a whole.
Yeah, because we're still really in the early days of all this, right? So the choices we make now about how to regulate crypto, those choices are going to have a huge impact for years to come.
Yeah.
So as we wrap this up, here's something I was thinking about. Will all this regulation actually make crypto better? Will it create a more mature, stable ecosystem? Or will it end up like, stifling all the innovation and decentralization that made people so excited about crypto in the beginning? I think that's a question we should all be thinking about as we, navigate this crazy changing world of crypto.
Yeah, that's a good one to ponder for sure.